I talk a lot, and like, you're too noisy. I said, you don't have to be around me.
Friendship may actually go beyond just relating on
a superficial
basis.
There's the adage that says, show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are.
There are some of us who are not very good at regular visit, but because they are friends,
you have to.
In order to maintain that friendship.
The emotional state of the parents is usually directly proportional to the emotional state of the children.
Hello viewers, welcome again to our favorite family show, The Living Room, right here on Equa Television. My name is Amaka Ocheke, and in the studio with me today is Mrs. Laura Makama, Mrs. Mary Stephen Bowman, and our usual Mrs. Ibi Ndambo.
Good evening, viewers.
Yes, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Today you know why they are here. I'm going to tell you briefly. So, the way things are now, despite all the challenges everybody is talking about, there's one major thing that keeps resonating in our homes, and that's the issue of food. Food, I say again. And now people are complaining more, even how to make sure the food is balanced, how to make sure the food is enough. And around the corner now, our children will soon come home for holidays. Food, like in my house, when they descend, it's as if locust has descended on my house, or in my house, and everything just finishes. And then season, this Christmas season is around the corner too, so a lot of cooking will be going on, entertaining and all that. So, Mrs. Laura Makama is a professional caterer, and Mrs. Bowman is a nutritionist. Yes. Yeah, dietitian, nutritionist, all of them, as they say, all. So, and they are lovers of Jesus. So, they are going to give us perspective from Jesus' point of view, Abi, about food. So, we'll start. Auntie Laura, why is food even important? Why are we talking about food?
Food is very important because without food, you will not live.
But Jesus said, man shall not live by bread alone.
Not that completely.
Yes,
Alone.
Haba. This one has started fighting. I told you this woman. Now just joke, now just play. We are just playing. Okay.
Alone.
Seriously.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we need food.
Seriously, we need food. And really, a hungry man is an angry person. And when you don't have food in your stomach, things don't seem to work well. And you are hungry, you cannot be able to do anything well.
Yeah.
And so food is really, really very important. And it is not just food, balanced food. Something that will keep you going, give you energy. Food makes you healthy. And, so we need it.
Okay. You raised something about food being balanced. So, Mrs. Bowman, what do we mean by balanced
food?
She says she's a dietitian, not just nutritionist.
A food that is balanced is a food that consists of carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins and minerals, including water. Combining these classes of food makes us have food that is balanced. But we can also go as far as saying food can also be adequate. Food, what we call adequate food or adequate diet is diet that meets the need of an individual according to their age, according to their according to their age, according to their activity level, according to the kind of work they do. Now, you balance their diet based on classification of what I have just mentioned. That will give them the meeting of getting adequacy to meet their normal daily activities.
Okay. So maybe you quickly give us examples of those food groups so that when we now start talking about how to mix them,
Okay.
everybody has an idea what we're talking
So I
about.
already mentioned carbohydrate, I've mentioned protein, fats, vitamins, and water and minerals. Also, we have foods that we have combination, that we have milk group, we have starch and cereal groups, we have foods that are classified as meat groups. We also have foods that are classified as fruits groups. We also have those that are called the vegetables group. Combining this, every one of those groups have a serving size that is allotted for an individual from morning, afternoon, and evening. When you have it on your plate, it is called a plate method of making your food, making sure that it is well combined. On the plate, you have half of the plate will have fruits and vegetables by one side. One quarter will give you the protein, the other quarter will give you the carbohydrate class of food. Then, of course, you have your water by the side of your plate. When you eat, you have your water to go with your meal. Then you have your combination of what you have as adequate diet.
So examples of carbohydrates, because I know people know fruits.
Okay.
Carbohydrates.
Example of carbohydrate, we have the cereals. We have the rice, the millet, sorghum, or dawa, whichever way we call it. We also have from tuber, we have yam, we have cocoyam, we have cassava, and their legs.
Which one is beans? Because growing up, they told us beans was protein. Now people told me that beans is carbohydrate.
Beans has protein in it, but also have high carbohydrate in it.
High?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, protein. What are examples of protein?
Examples of protein are classes of meats. You have also protein from milk. You have protein from crayfish, fish, eggs. These are common things we have around us.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Mrs. Namu, all these things she mentioned that should be on the plates, how do you do it like that in your house? She say half should be vegetables and fruits. Half. Is that how you cook?
Well, in the house, we try to do something close to
We
it.
didn't say try. Do you? The answer
We
is
don't
yes or
completely.
No. Why are you talking like a lawyer?
we don't. Most times we don't have a complete.
So
plate
what's the
in
challenge? Why are we not?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's either our upbringing or lack of money or ignorance. You know, these are the three basic things I think contribute to us not having balanced diet. When I say upbringing, what you are used to eating from when you were a child, you just continue to eat it.
Yes,
Whether
yes.
it is right or not, even when somebody tells you this thing, say, we've been eating it in our hair.
And
then
generally, we don't like change.
And then we have lack of finance. Sometimes you actually want this thing, but you don't have the money to get it. And then sometimes it's ignorance. Some of us do. You know, some people think that when you have a big bowl of eba with small soup, that's when you have eaten. When they see somebody eating what they call grasses, and they'll be like, are you sure you are eating food? Is this one food? How does this one fill your stomach? So I feel like these three things contribute to why our plates is not balanced.
So let's get back to Mrs. Makama, because I agree with two things: ignorance and upbringing. I don't think finance is, well, ignorance is what is making us feel finance is the challenge.
Ignorance and upbringing.
So, Mrs. Makama, this finance thing, should it be a major hindrance to having a balanced, nice meal?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because you can just have, well, we talk about ignorance and then what we are used to. Most time we don't like changes and we want to continue with what we're
used to.
Even when you are taught that this one will help you, especially for growing children, you give them this and that to help them to grow better. We tend to say, this is what my grandparents did eat, this is what my parents ate, and this is what we are eating, and we are who we are today. But it's wrong. Things are changing. Finance we'll say, okay, the contributing factor there is that when you go out for the expensive things, there are cheap vegetables all over, especially for us on the plateau. Vegetables that you can just go out with 100 naira and you will take 2 or 3 different types and bring back home. And when you join them together, it gives you something good. And there's something most people don't even know how to arrange, you know, these things together and make something looking nice. It's not everything that you're cooking that has to be a bowl of gari or semovita or all this. You can do your meat and add vegetables to it, and it becomes something for your breakfast, a meal for your breakfast, very nice. Egg, I will say, is one of the cheapest things. People will say, because it's eggs that in Nigeria, because I'm a poultry farmer, that all will come down.
Yes, it has come down.
Yeah.
Today, I was told it's 2,700 or so.
Okay.
But it had reached 2,900. It reached 2,900, 3,000.
Yeah.
Mostly, last time we bought 3,900 at 3,000. But as I did for yesterday, we bought it as 2,600.
Okay.
So
That's
we
in my
can join
environment.
some of our meals with eggs, vegetables, a lot of vegetables. A lot of vegetables fill our stomach.
Stomach, yes.
That's what people don't.
And they are good for the body.
And they are.
But there are many people, if they don't swallow,
They don't feel like they
feel
have
that they have eaten.
Oh, yeah, we have seen people
Okay.
like that.
Well, I want to talk about upbringing first before I go further. Now, the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. I believe where parents are failing in the place of adding fruits and vegetables before children to get used to is where we have failed. Children didn't grow up to know that they actually need to be taking this. And so when they grow to a certain stage or age, you give them fruit. They tell you, no, I don't like this one, because they're not used to it. Or you tend to add vegetable inside their meals. They will be picking it and be dropping it by the side because they didn't grow having that one as part of their meal. So now if we try to incorporate or start learning to incorporate this thing for younger children or infants, let them grow in the knowing that these fruits and vegetables are supposed to be part of their daily meal, I believe they will grow to begin to like the variety of fruits and vegetables that they will come across in their meals. That is one aspect. Now, there will be other excuses like, oh, the market is far from me. When will I go to the market and buy vegetables? When will I go and do this one? Not knowing that even within your own immediate environment, you can actually have an in-house garden. Plant your bitter leaf, plant your zogale or moringa leaf, plant your mint leaf, plant your scent leaf, plant your fruit, your fruits within the house. You may say you may not grow now, but with time, you begin to eat the fruit of your labor. So there won't be excuse in the long run that you don't have these things around you. Once you teach your family how to incorporate this thing and you have it readily available, I don't think that we'll have any form of excuse.
What if you're a tenant?
You can have your flower pots.
Okay, so we can plant those things in flower pots.
Yes.
Or in bags.
Yes.
In bags, you can do that. I want to add to that because gardening is very important. You know, sometimes you don't have the money, but you have planted alehu around your compound. You can just go there, remove some, and
you have some form of exercise by watching the plant daily.
I do that a lot.
So it's part of
because
good health.
Can see the excitement as you're talking about gardening, which shows that you are a gardener.
Yeah,
I do that a lot.
I have plantain in my house. I have bananas. I have scent leaf, mint leaf. I have bitter
You have never
leaf.
given me any. I say you're my friend. Okay.
I have the moringa leaves in the house. So these are, in fact, recently I even planted yellow pepper in the house. So these are things I make sure I do so that I told myself 2024 there won't be any excuse. So I'm preparing to have this vegetable. Even now I'm eating the benefit of bitter leaf in the house. I'm getting the benefit of moringa leaf in the house. I cook my beans with moringa leaf, cook my yam, my spaghetti with moringa leaf. all of it, you can use it.
Okay.
So that
We
won't be
have
an
so
excuse.
many things in
In common.
Yeah,
Yes,
mommy.
because if you come
I
to
think also what makes parents not introduce some of these things to the meal of their children is because they themselves are not used to it. Because it is what you have that you give.
So that's why
Yes.
we're having
Yeah,
saying it
that's
this
what
year,
we're
so that
having.
parents will learn
Oh, yeah.
and begin to apply it in their homes. Okay. So you wanted to say something?
yes,
Auntie?
I find it very odd if you just cook rice and give me plain like that, stew with stew. And my family are used to it. Even the boys that stayed with me, they know that I usually will not cook something and not add a little bit of vegetable around it. Even if you don't want to eat it as a small child directly, some juice of it will enter your mouth. So
That's a good one.
I do that a lot. I hate it when it is just white rice and stew. I want to see something green by the side, or like carrot and green beans and things like that. I'm so used to it, and I think my family appreciates it.
Oh. Okay, let's give example of some meals. Mrs. Namu, let's start with breakfast. What kind of things do you use for breakfast in your house?
Most times it's tea, bread, egg, cereals.
Same in my house.
Cereals.
But bread is so expensive.
Bread
now.
is expensive, but then
And in my house, once my children are home, one loaf of bread can't.
there's
That 1,000
no
naira
way.
bread,
There's
at
no
least
way.
two
Yes,
loaves.
2 loaves will go. There's no way 1 loaf would do. So you have bread. But recently, somebody was telling me that if you have plantain, you can do plantain and egg as breakfast.
It's plantain cheap.
Yeah,
Plantain is
it's
so
not cheap,
expensive.
but if you have, that's what I say. If you have plantain,
That's why she
plantain
says she
and
plant
egg,
plantain.
Plantain
That
and
she has
egg,
plantain in her compound.
you can
so now-
boil cheap. You can boil Irish. It's also expensive. You can boil sweet. My sister-in-law is good at doing that. There's a way she will slice the sweet potato and boil it. When she gives you, even if you don't like eating, there's a way she prepares it and you will love to eat it. And it's breakfast, yes. So she prepares it in such a way that, she will put vegetable around it. When she presents it to you, it's attractive and you will love to eat it. And I think hygiene also presents food well. When you put a good hygiene around your food, people will love to eat. So for breakfast, there are several things you can do for breakfast.
Okay. So let's come to the professionals. What can we do for breakfast? Apart from, we already know bread and egg. And as she says, bread is carbohydrates. So we shouldn't be taking too much of bread. So what else can we do for breakfast?
Okay. We can have pap with either moi moi or akara as part of it.
My daughter said pap is sleeping medicine. Then once you
Yeah,
say
you
pap,
can- you
we say,
can-
Mom, you want us to fall asleep.
That's one aspect. Also, acha pudding can also go with milk, and either kose, akara, or moi moi. You can also have your tamba, which can be prepared in combination of other cereals with granite inside. You prepare it with milk, and either kose and moi moi too.
Do they put milk in tamba? I didn't know they
Yes,
put milk.
you can put milk in tamba. It's actually
Mix it with
optional.
groundnut.
Or you mix it with granules, or you have the paste and mix it together with it. You can also have your boiled yam with egg sauce or vegetable sauce to go with your tea. That's one aspect. Some people also take rice and beans.
In the morning?
Yes, we have people that take that makes variety.
You sleep in the office.
That
so
gives you a variety of different types of breakfast you have, so that you won't have to be repeating one
the same thing all the
thing
time.
every day. So with this classification, you find out that you have 5 days or 1 week having different breakfast.
things.
That is if you have the means of eating breakfast. Because of the economy situation now, I don't think
So some people are not doing 3 meals. Okay, for those who can do other things, suggestions for breakfast.
Okay. You can make pancakes and mix it. Make vegetable sauce and eat it. The savory one. The sweet,
What do you mean
savory, it means that there is salt inside.
Okay.
You can feel the taste of salt. There is also sweet. pancake, which you can eat with honey or like that.
Or pancake syrup.
Or pancake syrup. You can have that. And kunu ngeda is there.
Yeah.
Very good for breakfast. You add it with moi moi or akara, or with puff puff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's something.
Mm-hmm. So you can use those things, and then if you have the morning, they talk about you can have real breakfast: toast bread, liver or kidney sauce, sausage, you know, baked beans. You know, just.
So where is the place of pizza?
But all these meals people have mentioned now, I didn't, apart from the savory pancake you said with sauce, I didn't hear vegetables around all these things. So moi, I didn't hear. How do you do vegetable with tamba? How do you?
You can have the moi moi with the vegetable sauce as part of
Your
the meal.
breakfast, yes.
Okay.
You can have the boiled yam with vegetable sauce, I said it, or with egg sauce. Even the egg sauce, you can add vegetables in the egg
inside.
sauce. So intentionality in adding the vegetables can fit in anything, whether
Okay.
breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It goes with anything.
Okay, let's go to lunch now. Okay,
let me
I see on
just add
breakfast.
one. Yeah, you can make breakfast sandwich. In that breakfast sandwich, you can have vegetables, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and things like that into it. You just have it.
Because I realize when I do that, my children will eat those vegetables. They will not complain. That's you put, but I cut it. If you put it like that, some people will be removing it. So the lettuce, I cut it small. Cucumber, I cut into small pieces.
Okay.
Then mix with the whatever I'm using the sandwich with and spread.
Yeah.
They will eat that one and will not complain. Okay, let's look at lunch. Auntie says she doesn't believe in rice and stew. So
Just alone.
okay, what will you put in rice? Let's just look at rice. Rice is a staple food with us.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Rice, you can have it with salad.
Okay.
And your salad, you don't have to have salad cream.
Okay, what can we put inside? Because is it not just boring? You just eat the vegetable like that. Nothing to bind it together. Scatter.
There are so many things that you can add to it. You can have some olive oil with black pepper, salt, and mix it together. That gives you, with some lemon juice inside.
Does it taste nice? I'm going to try it.
Yeah, well,
Kuli kuli.
The local salad.
For local salad. But this one, you can do it and
Olive oil and black pepper and
olive
salt.
oil, black pepper, salt,
And lemon.
and some lemon juice. Mix them together and just put it on your vegetables and mix. You can eat it. It helps because most people don't like to eat salad cream. They say it's fattening. You want to reduce fat, so you can do that. And have you can also eat the vegetables like that. You don't have to mix it with anything.
Depending on how it is prepared.
Yes, some look so attractive that you just begin to.
Sometimes you can even steam the vegetables.
Okay.
Without adding anything. Just steam it. If you don't want to eat it raw, you steam it and just put it as part of the meal you are going to.
Or you saute it.
Okay.
Just a little bit of
Please,
oil.
what is saute? Tell our viewers.
Okay.
Not everybody knows the English.
Okay, saute is to put a little bit of oil in your saucepan and cut your vegetables and fry it, not too much. Once the vegetables just change
Small. You
small,
bring it down.
you remove it,
Okay.
and it is good to go. You season it with your salt and pepper, or you can just
Whatever
add your.
you want.
Mhm.
So what else can we do with rice? Because okay, you said vegetables. You had said before we could use What else? Something you said about meat. Was it with rice? You said meat and vegetables or something.
Yeah, you know, your rice, you can have variety of the way you cut your meat. You can shred some, mix with vegetables, you know, and make it into a sauce, very nice sauce. When you put it on your rice, it's almost balanced. There's vegetables, there's fat, there's minerals, the
There's
carbohydrate is there, and so it gives you a very nice looking appetizing meal.
And it's also good when tomato is very expensive.
Yes,
My
so
daughter does one local type of sauce. You know, she used the dawa with red oil and then a little tomatoes. There's a way she does it, and you know, every time she does it, the boys in the house are happy that it's not normal stew.
So that means people like variety.
Yeah.
yes, they do.
People like
There's
that.
the one we call local jollof rice.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I know
Uh-huh.
that one, yes.
The one that goes with the dawa,
Yeah,
palm
the
oil,
yes,
you know,
with a
and
little
things.
beans,
Mhm.
dry fish, yes.
Yes.
Okay. And that one is tasty too.
Very nice, very nice. Very nice.
Okay. I don't know about rice and the dawa, but since you are saying it's tasty, then it must be tasty. Okay, what else? Okay, swallow things. We already know swallow now. It's with soup. Is there any other thing?
It goes with soup, but the soup should have more vegetables inside. For
Okay.
those who will prepare okra, for example, whether fresh or dry, intentionality of adding any type of vegetable, either ugu, bitter leaf, or moringa, can be
Bitter
part
leaf
of-
inside okra.
Oh my God,
Yes.
very
It's
sweet.
nice.
Very
Try
sweet, very sweet.
I
be difficult to try.
ate okra in somebody's
Okay.
house and she used water leaf. I had to stop to ask her, how did you do it?
Was it nice?
And the water leaf, but it's more as if she finished cooking, dropped it before she shredded
did
the
it
water
and
and
just put it.
just put it. And it was looking very nice.
Yes, you know, there is something about water leaf.
Yeah.
It has a lot of water in it.
Yeah.
What you do is that you just put it in your saucepan, cover it. It will bring out a lot of the water, remove it, and strain it.
Okay.
And it helps you to make your soup even thick. Even when you're cooking vegetable soup, if you don't remove the water from water leaf,
Yeah.
it makes the soup
Watery.
watery.
Yeah.
So there's this thing that is the one I've just said. You put it in your saucepan, and when it just start bringing out the water, remove it, squeeze it, and use.
But we also we put it like that and then use their thickeners from the south that you use to thicken the soup, so that it's not a problem at the end of the day. Okay, yam, you've told us since yam, you said we can do vegetable sauce, we can do with egg sauce,
Yes.
we can do yam porridge,
Yes.
and yam vegetable. There's one thing Igbo people do that they do with veg. It's not porridge as such. They do the vegetable first and boil the yam differently. When the vegetable and the other things are cooked, you pour the yam, boil the yam already, and just
Okay,
mix
mix
it.
Okay.
That's all. It's ready. But there's a lot of vegetables and a mix of vegetables, 2, 3, 4 types of vegetables you use for that. Okay, beans. How can we do beans in interesting ways?
Well, in my side, interesting way, well, this will determine from the region one is coming and how well you appreciate a particular type of vegetable. For example, in my place, we make a bitter leaf and plenty of it. When you wash, you drain the bitterness, you make your sauce, you add a little beans, then you incorporate with the bitter leaf. Cook it together, and I tell you, if you eat it,
With the beans?
yes.
Beans and bitter leaf?
Yes,
Ha.
plenty of bitter leaf
Okay.
with little beans inside. You can also make your normal.
You just eat it like that, or eat it with soup or something?
You just eat it like that. You eat it like that. You can also make your beans porridge and put your bitter leaf in it as the vegetable.
People
You
like
can
bitter
also-
leaf. Oh.
Well, it's one of
Maybe
my
next time I
best
cook it in your
vegetable.
house, call me, I'll come and
Yes.
taste. Because I don't.
I love
bitter
I
leaf
love,
and yam.
I love vegetable. I love
And beans
bitter
have
leaf
not,
very well. Very,
Okay.
you will like it. You can also have it in bitter leaf goes with groundnut soup. For me, yes, for me, the best vegetable for groundnut soup is bitter leaf. So much because probably because I love bitter leaf so much, but I love it with. So I can virtually have bitter leaf in any soup. It's not a problem. Egusi, okra.
Egusi, I understand. Okra.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at you people.
Yes.
So, Auntie Makama, what else can you do with beans?
You talk about
Akara.
I've
beans.
talked about akara, moi moi.
Beans. You can make soup with beans. Beans soup.
Megri.
Yes.
See, just like
No,
there's
no,
one we
no.
make in our place. We just
just
Different.
shred the beans. You don't wash it. You shred it. You after picking, you just shred it.
Shred it how?
Just
So you want to
you
make
can,
moi moi?
but no, you can blend it, but not soft. You know, you can still feel the beans. Then you boil it until the small particle of beans is soft. Then you fill it with a lot of vegetables and your meat and everything. It's a very nice soup in my place.
Tia,
Bean
you're
soup.
smiling.
Yeah.
I have a friend from
Anytime
Niger
I
State.
prepare it, my husband is always happy with it.
Yeah, my friend from Niger, she's Snoopy. While in school, she used to make that soup for us. It goes with tuwon shinkafa.
Ah, yes.
Our
with
own
tuwon
is with
shinkafa.
pounded yam.
It goes with tuwon shinkafa
is
very well.
pounded
So
yam.
anytime she wants to make delicacy, that's what she does for us. And prepare for
Okay.
us.
Yes.
So what other
Beans and
thing?
gari nko.
so-
Edo people, beans and gari.
Wow.
We love. You can't
Okay,
eat
okay.
beans in Edo State without
Without
gari by
soaking
the side.
Ah.
It's more like
That's beans porridge now.
yes,
if you are eating beans and
porridge.
stew.
No, just beans porridge. You just have to have gari by the side somehow.
There's the one I cook in my house. Just cook it well done, and then I will fry some oil with plenty onions,
What type of oil? Granite or?
granite.
Okay.
Like granite. But you can use
Palm oil.
palm oil also. Maybe with some little
Yeah,
pepper,
I
fresh
used
pepper.
to eat that thing when I was
Aha.
in secondary school in Sokoto State.
So you now use the sauce to eat. The beans will be well cooked.
Very soft.
And then when you make that sauce, you add it to the beans and you eat it. Sometimes you can even pour it on the whole quantity
The
you
Yorubas
want
have that as a
and mix
delicacy.
it, and then you
Eat it.
It's very nice.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, viewers, we'll be going on break. All these things you are saying, some my mouth is watering, some I'm still in wonder, especially this bitter leaf that Mrs. Bowman is saying. She'll soon put bitter leaf in stew and tell us that it's very nice, the way she's going. But we'll eat it like that. So we'll go on break, and then when we come back, we'll continue our discussion on food. We are talking about this food. Welcome, viewers, back from the break. Thank you for not touching that dial. We have been here talking about food. My name is Amaka Ocheke, and I've been here with Mrs. Laura Makama, Mrs. Mary Stephen Bowman, and Mrs. IB Nambo. We've been talking about food. We've talked about different ways we can prepare different things, and why we need to eat balanced meals, and how we need a lot of vegetables on our plates and all. we've given ideas about breakfast, we've given ideas about lunch, and different things we can do. What of dinner? Let's quickly come up with ideas about what to do with dinner. Yeah.
Dinner mostly should be something light.
Okay.
Because you are going to go to bed with full stomach. I don't think it's comfortable.
My husband says you can eat pounded yam anytime. He's always like you.
Pounded
You
yam
can eat pounded yam
person,
anytime. Even 2 a.m. he can eat pounded yam and it will digest. Because I told him that all those heavy things at night, I don't feel comfortable. Try that pounded yam, it's too heavy. Okay, so what kind of things will be light?
Okay, you can have some pepper soup.
Wow.
With,
Auntie, you like enjoyment?
I do. Maybe because of my profession, I've
Yes.
seen food.
Yeah.
And when you do it well, you enjoy it. And so it's good to have
Good food.
good food around you and eat well. It keeps you healthy. So some pepper soup. Some can, the bread and tea that some people have in the morning, if you don't eat bread in the morning, you can have it at night with beverage and just go to bed. Or you can, I will not advise fried food, but anything that you can boil a little bit, you know, boil plantain
Like Irish.
and with sauce and even vegetable sauce, you can do that and eat and go to bed. But you know, our Nigerian, especially our men, some of them will say, I beg, this is going to bed on an empty stomach.
But it's healthier.
The lighter things are healthier, and in fact you sleep better. Because sometimes when your stomach is full, you will be tossing up and down. You don't know what is wrong. You don't know that is the heavy food that you have eaten. But if your digestive system works well, I cannot say don't eat heavy food.
Oh,
But
Mrs.
I
Bowman, what do you
I will
suggest?
come from this angle, depending on the time an individual will sleep. For someone who keeps late night doing one thing or the other,
We have told viewers not to keep late nights. So we have told people latest by 10 you should go to
you
bed.
should go to bed.
You are
Okay,
not
so,
a security man. Go and sleep.
so let's stick with the lighter food with the 10 o'clock sleep. Let's stick with the lighter foods. Things like pasta would go with vegetables.
What is pasta now? See,
Pastas
everybody's a
are
white
pasta.
person. Tell us what pasta is.
Pastas are things like macaroni, spaghetti, couscous, and their likes. These are the classes of pastas. They are made from wheat.
Okay.
So those products that are made from wheat in food form are called pastas.
Okay.
So those ones can go with the vegetables inside of them, more of the vegetables, so that you just get to have bulk of the vegetable and less of
Small of the pasta.
pastas. Yes, rice can also go because it's actually a light food too. These are just things that one can actually fit in
At night.
with the tea. Yes, at night.
Okay.
Gote also.
Okay.
Yeah, a
Gote.
perfect one. Thank you, mommy. Yes.
Gote is healthy.
Yes.
And it's good. And it's even filling. So
Yes.
It's feeling, and it helps in detoxifying the system. When you wake up in the morning, it helps you defecate easily.
Okay.
So that one is perfect too.
And then in all we're eating, let's drink lots and
Of
lots
water,
of water.
very
We need
important.
that. Okay, Mrs. Namo raised the issue of food hygiene, how to wash our vegetables and all that, so that they are clean and we don't eat stone. Well, it's not only vegetables, there are many other things, even the acha
rice.
we're talking about, rice, how, okay, Auntie Makamaya, the caterer, so tell us so that we will hear.
Washing vegetables is very important because most times we don't know the farm that they come from, what type of water they use in watering the vegetables, and what they also use as manure for the vegetables. They come from the farm really, really dirty. And so we need a lot of water to clean them. And in washing them, you have to, like spinach, you will rinse it about 3 times. Then you, the fourth one, add salt to the water, and then leave it for some time. Then you take it out and leave it to drain before now using it. Some people also use vinegar, but not every vegetable tolerate vinegar. Some will just wither, you know. And
well, usually in my house we use vinegar for things we use for salad.
Okay.
Like lettuce, cabbage.
So some people don't even like vinegar in lettuce because it doesn't stay long fresh.
Okay.
If you want it to stay long fresh, maybe you don't use vinegar. But if you are going to, vinegar can be eaten with lettuce. Yes, you can mix it in your salad cream, add to it again, and
okay,
and use and eat it.
So the lettuce, you also wash it like you mentioned,
because
lettuce has a lot of
vegetables
sand.
Make sure
that
that
is
you
also
wash
close
them.
to the ground.
Leafy vegetables should be washed properly. You know, salt help, you know, the small sand to go down.
Okay.
And so if you use salt, mostly the sand will go down, and then you rinse the vegetable, and you can hardly bite sand. And then the salt also kills some of the worms and some of the germs in the vegetables. It will be so
if you eat worm.
Yes.
That's so disgusting.
It can be very, very disgusting.
No, I'll just abandon the food and we'll eat it.
So it is good to really clean your vegetables and make sure that everything around where you are doing the cooking is kept clean. And the implements you are using are also clean. When you use it for something else, wash, especially the chopping boards and the knives. You wash them and then you cut other things, because some tastes don't join together.
Okay, to spoil. Well, I didn't. We did cabbage. How do you wash cabbage?
I think this
cabbage, you remove them. Most of the time, you remove them one by one.
Wow.
Yes.
Because I discovered that when you wash it whole, sometimes you still, when you're about to cut, you still see some of those things.
They grow and they keep closing. They grow and closing. That's how it's.
And,
so you have to be removing the leaf one by one.
You remove them one by one, and then you use it. Because some people have found snakes inside.
Oh.
Well, maybe a small one.
I say if a snake is protein.
So we have to be careful. Remove them one by one. Or if you are not going to use the whole cabbage, you cut the one you need and still remove the leaves and wash them. Wash them like you will wash your spinach and other leafy vegetables.
Even the lettuce can be done like that. You remove it from the stalk, one after the other, and just pour it inside the water. If not, if you are cutting it, you have to cut with the sun inside. So removing it, even the spring onion too, is the same thing. You cut off, then separate it one after the other. Once you do that, you'll be able to push down the sun or the worms or whatever that is embedded inside easily.
What other things? Cleaning. We've talked about vegetables. You are talking about meat.
Yeah, meat. especially this meat they call towel.
Okay, intestine.
Intestine, offals.
Washing them, sometimes if you're not careful, you will eat all kinds of things. So you take your time to really
The
wash
work in
them.
that thing is hard.
You I see people peel the back so that it will become white. I don't subscribe to that. I try to remove those black spots in the inside. Then I try to wash it for like 2-3 times. Then I soak in salt.
Okay.
I soak in salt for like 10-15 minutes. By the time you bring it out, all the sands have gone down. The small everything is out.
Yeah, I don't eat intestine, so nothing concerns me with that. I don't
And
find it
other
disgusting.
meat too. I think we should wash meat like 2-3 times because
And with
meat,
salt. You
yes,
should
they
wash
touch
meat with
it.
salt.
People touch it
People
in the
touch it.
market. The person who is
The
cutting
flies,
touch it. Flies touch it. Doors. Our market is open, so we should wash our meat thoroughly.
Like you said, washing it white, you don't subscribe to it.
Yeah.
But I work with somebody who say, if she doesn't smell that shit, in it's coming from the.
Yeah, it's intestine. now.
That
It has
smell
one
gives a
peculiar smell.
peculiar.
Yes,
So if she doesn't, it doesn't.
It's not
sweet.
And some people like
That smell.
offals.
Some people like, I don't have, never. I don't eat it.
Well, offals are the culprit of high fat. Every organ in the human body, the organs are the ones that hold more of the fats that we take. So you can imagine cooking offals. By the time you keep it, it's settled for long. What you see on the top
usually
is
fat.
too
Settles
much
on
of
top.
fat.
I don't eat
So,
it, so
for those who are having heart problem, hypertension, and metabolic conditions, should go far from offals. Very
I was
important.
thinking of cooking offal pepper soup to call you.
Wow!
that's what I will eat.
If you cook it, please call me.
This one, she likes food. Yeah, I know it.
I think we should talk about timing. What time is best for breakfast? What time is best for lunch? And what time is best for dinner?
For us in hotels, by my training,
Yeah,
anytime from 7 o'clock
in the morning.
is breakfast time, up to late, sometimes getting to 11, because some people don't wake up in time. And then some people ask for early morning breakfast, which could be about 6 o'clock or earlier than that, because
Maybe they need to leave early.
yes, because they are traveling. So when there's such requests, you can prepare for them. Then lunch starts from 12:30 to, because you have to give time for preparations of each meal. When you finish at around 10:30, 11, some people must have been working at your lunch. And that's why menu planning is very important.
That's one thing
You
I wanted us
must
to talk
plan
about. Planning menus.
your meals. Know what you will eat for breakfast. Know what you will eat for lunch. For every day, know what you will eat. If you don't have a menu that you have written for the whole week, that you rotate, then make sure that before the next day, like tomorrow, you should know what you need to eat. So you make it available. When you rush cooking things, they don't usually come out well. You might. That's when you bite sand, all those things, and they are not carefully washed to be prepared. So for dinner, it will be from around 6 o'clock. 6 to 7, some 7:30. But once it gets to 8 o'clock, now that we are trying to live healthy so that the food we eat will digest and we have good sleep, depending on what you want to eat. If you eat late, it will disturb you. So that's why we need to breakfast from 7 o'clock to around 10:30, lunch from 12 till around 3, and then dinner by 6 to 7:30.
So I've seen it that we're going to have to come here again to talk about menu planning and other things. Also, how to prepare, especially for specific people in the home, children, the adults, those who are ill, and the different health.
Our teenagers, how do
we are going to talk about that, but it's like it won't work today. Today, before they will come and tell us it's time to go. Festivities around the corner, and they've started coming. Festivities around the corner. So what are the kind of things we will prepare that won't cost us the whole world to prepare? Because this period, people will be coming to visit. How do we do it?
Well, we'll do it as it is, as according to what we are experiencing around us. That's true. Making each family member to understand the trends of time. Parents would have made the children understand what is happening around. So you don't get to expect what is beyond the pockets, because January school fees is coming. And before you say anything, January will be by the corner. So let's make use of what we have readily available around the home. Every day we eat rice. It's still the same rice that we eat for Christmas.
Okay.
So probably maybe an extra mile of having meat or chicken. If we can afford it, why not? If we cannot, let's substitute with egg to be part of the rice.
Okay.
But if we can, we also have fish. You don't have to go and buy the whole carton of fish.
Do what you can.
Do what you can.
Let's live within our means.
Live within our means.
Auntie
Prepare
Makama,
within our means.
what do you think?
When you talk about it, you can also have fish. Where I come from, we eat a lot of fish, so it's something that we love.
I said this woman likes enjoyment. That's all. So please also come and visit her. That's all I have to say. Come and visit her.
I'm coming for pepper
because she pepper soup or fish. I see the joy on her face as she's talking about this fish.
You know, really at festive times, people expect something special. It might not be different from what you are eating, but the way and manner you cook and present it is very important. You know, you can change the way it is done. If you are used to maybe eating rice and beans, this time add something that you have not been adding before. In your rice, maybe you decide, okay, rice. Today I will make Chinese fried rice.
All right. So, Auntie, we are going to stop here. They've told us to wrap up. So, prepare Chinese fried rice for your Christmas period. Yes.
Or coconut rice.
Now you are talking. So what we will do, viewers, we're going to put up some recipes on our page and some menus. I'm going to ask these ladies to do that job because that's what they are good at. But we're going to have them come here again because I think we just scratched the surface. They have not told us how to plan meals, how to make meals especially for different groups of people, and we need to talk about this food very well. And they've told us to go. So before they come with broom to drive us from this place, let's close and go. So we've been talking about food. We've been here with Mrs. Laura Makama, Mrs. Mary Stephen Bowman, and Mrs. Ibi Namo. I'm always laughing because your wala is too much. And my name is Amaka Ocheke. We've talked about food. We'll come again. They will come again next year, 2024, God willing, to come and give us more details about food. And if you have any questions, viewers, any comments, please post it on our page. We will answer. We will get them to answer and give us more that will help us even in taking care of our homes. Thank you so much for coming, ladies. God bless you big time. And viewers, balanced diet, they've told us, balanced diet, plenty vegetables on the plate, plenty. And small carbohydrates, but plenty vegetables. So let's eat well as we continue to live to honor the Lord. God bless you. See you same time, same place. God bless you.